So I'm hoping that the people who are hearing us today,
Thank you, Neeraja. Thank you, Neeraja.
people who are hearing us today will definitely take these tips and will use this time that is provided to all of you to practice their pitch, because that's most important. Theory is good, but unless and until you implement it, it's not really going to work. And all of us have starting trouble. So please start now, right now. Okay. So let me go ahead with a few things that I thought I must say before we get on with the practice. All right. Why do we need a 30-second pitch? So as you can see from the slide here, people do not have all the time in the world to hear our stories. Though we may have fantastic things to tell them, especially people who are going to be our future employers or prospective employers, executives in leadership positions, really don't have the time. So we have to be crisp and concise. And even if we manage to get some time from people, if we are lucky, there's no guarantee that they are really listening. Active listening is something that is really unheard of in these days, where there are so many other distractions that one needs to really hold people's attention. So, for all of these reasons, it's very, very important for us to be able to be very crisp and hold people's attention in those first 30 seconds so that people get interested and they talk to us beyond the 30 seconds. Yeah. So, where and how does one start preparing the 30-second pitch? And as I said in my last webinar, also, we need to start from our resume. Hopefully, all of us have a resume in hand. If not, let's first prepare that. And then we kind of take it towards crisping it to make it a 30-second pitch. This is not a resume session at all, but still, I would like to take 2 or 3 minutes to talk about how one needs to do a resume. It is to be extremely personalized, and it has to bring out the differentiators that are there in you versus other people who may have similar skill sets, who may have similar experiences, and are also looking for the same job that you are applying for. So bring out those differentiators, and I will show you a sample CV and then how that got translated into a shortened, crisp pitch after this. So you kind of relate to what I'm saying here. But primarily, get your resume. Work on your resume if you feel that it's a very standard resume. I have cut, copy, pasted from somewhere. I have not really thought about what are those differentiators that I brought onto the table when I was in the job. You got to do that exercise, and then from there we will see how to bring it to 30 seconds. So let's move ahead and look at what needs to be there in a 30-second pitch. Basic few things which need to be there are obviously your name, you're introducing yourselves, what has been your educational background, what has been your past experience, and a bit about your career break, because most of us have taken a break and we want to restart. So you can speak about your break and what do you want to restart in, what do you want to really do now. The reason this is important is because the break period could be different for different people. I know people have taken 2 months break to 2 years to 15 years. So there is no necessity that even the person who was in a 2 month break wants to get back doing what she was doing earlier. There is a possibility the person wants to really do something very different, and that's why it is important for us to really speak out what we want to restart in. So let's look at an example, and this is a real example. It is a real CV. I have tried to mask everything about it so that there is no reference to the person whose CV I have brought it in. But I was really impressed. It was a coincidence that I got the CV of this person because the person wanted to really, see how she can collaborate with Jobs for Her in future. So she sent me her CV and she sent me a one pager, and it just kind of impressed upon me that this is nothing but a 30-second pitch. So let's look at the sample CV. There is an academics that she has mentioned. So she has done a bachelor's in journalism. Okay. Then she talks about a few things in the independent venture. So I'm reading it bottom up because we will come to the career break as the last. So I'm reading it from the bottom. So column two at the bottom is academics. Then she's mentioned a few things about independent ventures where she's done a few things which she's liked to do. And most of us have done that, right? So there is a job and there is a passion, and many times the job and passion don't go along side, and so we kind of do a few things which is very different to what a job wants us to do. So here is a person who's authored a book, who taught, who did some TV, who did radio. She was in a jury for something. So she mentions that because that gives a perspective of this person. And then she starts talking about all the various things she's done as part of a job. So there is, ABC is the name of the company where she did end-to-end management of programs. Then she goes to DEF, where she talks about what she did. And here is where the differentiators are coming up, right? She's not just saying ABC company, I did this. DEF company, I did this. EFG, I did this. Differentiators. So what is the difference from somebody who's been an executive producer to this person? She was the shows that she was part of was nominated for these awards. Again, I have removed off all the subject lines from there because I really didn't want the person to be known. But I have taken permission from this person, and she was very happy, to kind of help out and have her CV out here. So these are the differentiators. If you really look at her CV, you will know that this is the award that her show was nominated for. And that's what I mean by bring out the differentiators in the work that you did, the outcomes that you achieved, which is what will go into your 30-second pitch. Okay, so we go further, and the last one is the JKL Vice President Programming. And as a content head, she led a team responsible for XYZ. And then there is the career break. Now, her CV doesn't have a statement called career break, but I'm just telling you that after that position of Vice President Programming in the company JKL, she went on a break. So, this is a CV which I received. All right. Along with this, I received a one pager. Let's look at the one pager. So she says, I have a bachelor's in journalism with over X years of work experience in the broadcast industry with different media companies like. So in that one line, she's talked about her educational background, number of years of work experience, industry that she was part of, and she's named some of the companies because these are big names. All right. That's it. She's concised the entire 2 pages, 3 pages in this one line to talk about her past. Then she also says, my last two roles were that of vice president, which is important because for someone who's had a very long career, she has had, or I have had 20 plus years of experience, you want to talk about what you did last before you went on a break, or you want to talk about those one or two big roles that you did which you're really passionate about, or you want people to remember. So here she talks about the last two roles were that of a vice president for, I've removed the name of the company, and she speaks about what she was doing that, and then she talks about her break. After that, I took a sabbatical for a year, during which I traveled around the world. Okay, so now all of that is over. Her educational background is given, her work experience is given, company names are given, role is given, and what she did just before her break, and the break is over. Now you look at what she's saying. Being part of various companies, as well as during my travel, I have had the opportunity to interact with various kinds of professionals, especially women. While most of them were incredibly talented and passionate, I felt there were some things that could help empower women, especially in a workspace. So here is her pitch. After giving the intro about herself, she is pitching for something. Just like we all are going to pitch for a job, here is what she's pitching for. She wants to collaborate with Jobs for Her to see how she can bring about her experiences and see how she can work together. Amongst my skill sets, there are a couple that I believe would work best for an organization. So I would like to restart my career by offering consultancy around soft skills development for women. Okay. So this, I think if I time it, will probably come to 30 seconds. But it has got every element covered. And I think someone would definitely be interested in talking to this person, given the background she's stated. So I haven't seen her CV. Okay. Even if I haven't seen her CV, if I just hear this bit that she was doing all of this in the past, based on that experience as well as what she did during the break, she has some ideas which, if we were to get talking with her, can really help us.
Please mute yourselves because we have some background noise which is disturbing us. So please go ahead and mute yourself.
Okay. All right, so this I really wanted to show you as an example, and it's a real example. I didn't cook it up because I can't cook up a CV of this kind. Somebody sent it to me, and this 30-second pitch is also what this lady had written. And I did not ask her to write it for the purpose of this webinar. She had written it, and I thought it was just wonderful. And I wanted to share it with you so that you get a feeler of why a CV, and from a CV, how do I make it a 30-second pitch and how that's useful. Good? Okay, so where do we go next? Yeah. I also want to show you a video of one of the pitches that we have received so far. Quite a few good pitches have come, but I thought that a CV and a written 30-second pitch should also translate into a video recording that you must see. So let's go ahead and see that. Sorry, I'm a bit. Um, I have to go to. Where do I go to the thing? Trying to open up the link.
I'm Kirti. I come with more than 10 years of management experience in the areas of operations and business development, with proven ability to build and
One
lead
minute.
highly successful teams and programs. So I thrived in a work culture that was fun and based on trust. I took a year-long break from motherhood. Now I'm recharged
Able to?
and aiming to restart my career in sales, account management, and client relationship management.
Okay, just give us a minute. We'll replay this.
Okay, that's different to what you have. Probably that's why.
Yeah. Just check this. It's on the Facebook.
Hello, myself Shilpisha from Renugut. I have done my masters in geology and B.Ed. I have worked as a consultant geologist and English teacher for 8 years. I took a career break for my family. During my break, I developed my interest in writing, and so I started writing blogs and articles for various websites and thus reinvented path for my second career as a freelance writer. Commitment, perseverance, and punctuality are my key deliverables.
It's going to
We are
that.
rolling. Five, four, three, two, one. Hi, I'm Kirti. I come with more than 10 years of management experience in the areas of operations and business development, with proven ability to build and lead highly successful teams and programs. So I thrived in a work culture that was fun and based on trust. I took a year-long break from motherhood. Now I'm recharged and aiming to restart my career in sales, account management, and client relationship management.
How do I slide? Okay. So the idea behind showing you those two videos was that it is real. For those of you who've probably never seen any of those 30-second pitches and you're struggling and you feel that it's all very theoretical, it's nice to see a CV, it's nice to see something written, but how do I actually pitch it? There is, a proof that it does work. So let's have some practice. I'm available here, Geeta is available on the other side, and we want to really start hearing your pitches. And we will like to give you some feedback. If it's perfect, awesome. That's the feedback. If it needs some improvisation, we will, tell you what could be improved. And you have your tips. You got to have your name there, your educational background, your past experience, a little bit about your break, and what you want to do in future. It has to be a story which ties all of this together. It has to be 30 seconds. Who wants to go? Don't we have anyone who wants to practice here?
Do you all want to go ahead, or do you want Neerja to call out names? Because that's the only option we have. I'm repeating it again.
Hi,
Yeah, go ahead.
Who
Thank
is
you.
that?
my name is Priyadarshini Roy.
Hi, Priyadarshini.
Yeah, hi, can I go ahead?
Please do.
Sure, okay.
We need
Hi, everyone, this is
time.
Priyadarshini.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hello, everyone, this is Priyadarshini Roy. I have done my MBA in marketing, and I have 4.5 years of experience in the field of market research with a company named Nielsen. And it was in the field of within research. I was a senior project developer. I recently took a break for around 1.5 years as I moved to another city after my wedding. Now I'm looking at getting back to work with full-time opportunities within the field of market research as an analyst or a project management role. Thank you.
Good. So I think I didn't time it. I was just looking at the clock on the laptop. I think it is probably around 30 seconds. And you did cover all the elements, which is good. I know if you practice, those ums and ahs will also go away. So that will also give us, some few seconds lesser. We can refine it. So would you
Hmm.
want to talk about any specific industry that you were doing the market research for?
Uh,
Or it was like
well,
everything?
actually, within that, I was doing it for the FMCG industry.
Yeah, so that's important. That's important.
Right.
And going forward,
Okay.
that is what you want to continue, then you will mention that. Or if you want to diversify, then you can probably say why you believe you can now diversify. Maybe you did some reading up, something else during the break, which gives you more perspectives than or beyond the FMCG, and hence you want to look at other industries.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So, do you want to try it again now?
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Sure. So, we are timing you here now.
Okay. Hi, my name is Priyadarshini Roy. I've done my MBA in marketing, post which I was working with Nielsen as a senior project developer servicing FMCG clients. I have been on a break for around 1.5 years after my wedding as I moved to another city. Now I'm looking to get back to the field of market research, and I'm open to the type of clients, be it FMCG or other industries, um, within the field of marketing research.
Okay. So it is 30 seconds. As I said, with practice, you will remove some of those pauses that you have in between. Um,
Okay.
and
Hmm.
you could, you could just kind of write the script, practice it a little so that the flow is smooth. Otherwise, I think you got it.
Okay, sure, I'll try that. Thank you so
And
much.
you need to send us the video because we do want to see the final video, like you saw Shilpi's and Kirti's. We would like to have that so that others also get inspired and they learn from your video. So there are
Sure,
slide towards the end of this webinar. Will show you the details in terms of how you can send the video. Thank you,
sure,
Priya.
I'll do that.
Who wants to go
Thank you.
next?
Jamuna, why don't you give it a try?
Okay, while Jamuna is coming up, anybody else who wants to put up their hand?
Okay. I would like to ask a question, Neeraja.
Yeah.
So while they're portraying the 30-second pitch, what is the employer looking at? What kind of body language or the points that he's looking at? Body language in the sense like MTI or the confidence level. So how can you just pressure us a little bit on that?
So, body language, as with any presentation, not necessarily only for the 30-second pitch, anywhere when you meet the person, eye contact, absolutely important because that tells you that you really are confident about what you are saying. You're not shy or you're not thinking, what am I saying? So, eye contact is absolutely important. That is why when you practice, also you have to assume that there is someone sitting in front of you and you're pitching to someone. You're not pitching to a video camera or anything like that. So the eye contact comes out there. And the confidence comes the confidence that you speak also comes across in your body language. And hence, it is important that you do this exercise of going through your CV, making the pitch, writing a script, practicing it a couple of times in front of a mirror or with your friends and family, and then make it available for us and make it available for yourself when you go to a future employer. Who's next? Is Jamuna ready or should I call out somebody else? Guys, you got another half an hour to really practice your 30-second pitch. I don't think you will have this kind of an opportunity where, Geeta and I are going to be available to take you through it on the spot. Priyadarshini did it. You saw it that she had her pitch almost there, but I just had to give her a small twist and it is now complete. So she doesn't have to stress out, later to think about, is this right or not right? Should I send? What else should I include? Go for it. It doesn't have to be, perfect, because the idea behind the coaching is we are going to make it perfect.
Hi Neeraja, this is Apurva.
Hi, Apurva.
I would like to try.
Sure.
Okay. I'm Apurva Desikachar. I have a master's degree in computer applications, and I have about 14 plus years of experience in the IT industry, and I've worked with companies like Oracle, IBM, and Tech Mahindra in Singapore. And my most recent role has been as a supervisor for an IT for a IT team, and my passion is travel. So and I would like to restart my career um, in. I'm looking for. Sorry, I think I'll start again after some time.
Not a problem. So for what you said, I can probably give a couple of points and Geeta can add on. So good,
Yeah.
you started well. You gave us your educational background. You told us about the companies you worked for in Singapore, which is good. You also mentioned, the kind of work that you're doing. Supervisor, if that was the role title, then okay. Otherwise, if there was any other role title, say that team lead, project team lead, or whatever, right? And what was this team all about?
Okay.
So I was a team lead for a set of developers, a team of 15 developers, or whatever it is. Mention that because that gives
Okay.
more context. So what were you leading? I need to know. What were you supervising is something the employer will need to know. You're talking about your passion
Okay.
for travel. There should be a reason for that. If you're going to bring about something from this passion for travel, and hence this is what I want to do in the future, or hence I took a break, then speak about it. Otherwise, I think we can keep that out of the 30-second pitch. And yes, the only thing you now you to
Okay.
think about is you want to restart your career in the IT field, but what is it that you want to do? That is what you need to finish up.
Okay.
So I would like to hear it before this
Yeah.
webinar ends. Geeta, any points from your side?
Yeah, it's the same thing only. You can write it down. In fact, you can try to note down
I'll
the
do that.
points and work on it.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, good. So this is what I want from all of you people. Don't wait for it to become perfect. It'll never become perfect unless you start. So let's give it a start here. Should I call out names?
Was someone else who were talking, right?
Jamuna, you want to see it?
All right, while another person gets in, let me ask another question, Neerja. So, when somebody is having this option of two fields in a corporate world and they're interested either this or that, how can they portray the pitch?
Right. It is important for us to not appear confused. There are two reasons why people want to do either this or that, right? One is they are themselves confused because they have not decided what they want to do, or they don't know where they'll probably land a job, or they don't know where the industry is today, so which will get them, a better job. That could be a reason. If that is the case, then the pitch has to be slightly different. But if it is that these both of these I do very well, and I want to look at a combination of these two, then the pitch will be slightly different. So if you're the first one who's confused, then I think you have to really find out a little more about yourself and about the industry, and then you will have to push your pitch towards one of those. You can say that I have done X and Y in the past, but I would like to restart now with X while keeping, my passion for Y alive. But if you really want to do both, then you state both, not an issue. But you should not appear to be confused. You should not appear to be, I'm wanting the best of whatever happens. It's not like a school exam, right, where you're given a choice, right, 4 out of 5, and I will take the best of, 3 or something like that. You have to be very, very clear. The pitch has to be towards what you want to do and why you want to do. If it is two things, then why you want to do both together has to be made extremely clear, and it has to be something that the person will believe. Who is that? Tejaswini?
Right. Jamuna says whether she's audible. Would
Okay.
you like to try again, Jamuna, because we're not able to hear you? Or we can unmute you.
Hello.
Jamuna?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Abhinashi.
Okay. We will start your try.
Uh, can can I give a try?
Yeah. And Geeta will help you this time.
Like, okay. Hi, I am Abhinashi Behra. I have completed MTech in computer science. I have 2 years of experience as computer science faculty. I am very passionate about technology. I took 1 year of career break for my marriage and reallocation. During my break, I improved my skill set, and recently I have completed a software testing course from Two Spiders, Bangalore only, and now I am looking for a job in software testing field. Perseverance and optimistic are my strengths.
Geeta, that was 33 seconds just in case you didn't time it.
Oh, yeah, I have not timed it. Yeah, right. Thank you. Uh, what I thought was start with when you um, probably you can add your skills. You can talk a little more about your skills. You have told
Okay.
that you did a course on testing,
Yeah.
and that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Have you done anything on testing earlier?
Not earlier. Now after course, I have done some small projects in manual
Okay.
and automation testing.
You can mention that. Definitely, you can mention that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And the previous experience as
Hmm.
software means computer science faculty. Is it required to mention in CV?
See see what I feel is you must disclose your experience in the CV, but make sure that you project whatever is more relevant more.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
And
means in testing.
you can definitely mention whatever you have done, whatever your
Okay.
experience is, especially when it will help you in the same technical field, because you are in the
Hmm.
technical field.
Yeah.
It will definitely help you out, right?
Okay. Okay then.
Yeah. So
Thank you. I'll do.
So yeah, that was right. So at the end of the day, all of it is related to IT. That is what you wanted to say, whether you were teaching or you're testing, and you want to tell that you tried testing because you took a break and you had time available and you thought that this is something that you would like to explore. You did the course and you did some of those projects and you believe that this is what you would like to continue further, and that's what you're looking.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
33 seconds.
Okay then.
So you may have to cut down 3-4 seconds somewhere. So you could just figure it out by writing a script.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
Jamuna, you can give it a try because I see that you're saying that you logged in, but we're not able to hear you.
Is Tejaswini trying to
Hello.
now?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, all. And I'm Tejaswini. I want to try.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Tejaswini Kubre, and I completed my MTech in VLS and Embedded System Design in 2013 from Reva ITM, Bangalore. And after that, I did 6 months internship in Verifix in Private Limited. It's in Bangalore only. Then after that, I took maternity leave, almost 2.5 years, and because of I'm mother of twins, baby boy and girl. So now I started my career. I want to brush up my knowledge with technical skill. So now I'm pursuing weekend online classes in System Verilog. It is technical, purely technical, and now I'm really looking to join any kind of Verilog System Verilog companies like in verification branch. Thank you.
45 seconds. So,
Okay.
um, which
Still,
other?
I need to add more. Hello.
Yeah.
Still, I need to add more. Before my MTech, I did 1.5 year industry experience I have. but it's necessary to add that before MTech experience. That is, it's confusing for me.
Okay, so it is already 45 seconds, so let's do that. Okay,
Okay.
there was a lot of mention of technical, a lot of mention of Bangalore, not required.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
that wherever you're going to go and pitch, you are there in that city. So it's all right.
Okay.
Okay. And given that you're talking about VLSI and all of that, all of us understand it's technical and that's the path that you want to follow. So you may not necessarily need
Okay.
to use those words. So the minute you stop using, those few words, I think it's come down to 40 seconds. Second, write a
Okay.
script. When you write a script, lot of these pauses, thinking pauses will also come down, and you will reduce a couple of seconds there. You should mention your past experience, even if
Okay.
it is different. It's okay. You should mention your past experience, but you don't have to say I did this before my MTech and I did this after my MTech, or that's not the way it has to be. Your final qualification
Okay.
is MTech. You have experience of so many years, which is in this field. You took a break for 2.5 years to look after your twin boys. That's all you need to say about your break. That was also a little long. I took a break because I'm a mother to twin boys and all of that. Use very simple words. I took a break to look
Okay.
after my twin boys for 2.5 years. That is enough to talk
Okay.
about the break. Now I would like to get back to, so and during the break I also studied on these topics and I kept myself up to date with the industry by doing these courses, and I would like to restart in this field. So put it this way, write it down, and I'm sure we can bring it down to 30. So I would
Yeah.
be happy if you took the next 5 minutes to write your script and come back to us and do the pitch again.
Yeah. Sure. I will try definitely.
Good. All right.
And
Can I
one thing is
add,
that.
Tejaswini, can I add one more thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
See, you've mentioned that you're pursuing weekend online classes. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think you need to mention that. You can just say that you are reskilling right now. You're upskilling right now.
Okay.
You don't have to mention that you're going for a weekend class. It's not required.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Thanks for that.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. I will try.
Sonali, yeah, go for it.
Hi, this is Sonali. Can I try?
Yes, please start.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you. Please
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
Just before Sonali goes ahead, the others please mute yourself because we had some background noise in this disturbing.
Whoever is not going to be talking now, please be on mute. You will get an opportunity to talk after Sonali.
Can I?
You go ahead, Sonali.
Okay, Sonali, go ahead.
Hello?
Sonali, I can't hear you.
Am I audible?
You are audible.
Yeah, yeah. Now we can.
Yeah, okay. Can I try now?
Yes.
Yes, can
Sonali.
I start?
Yes, please start.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sonali. I have 9 years of IT experience. I have done my MCM and CDAT. I have worked mainly on Microsoft technologies right from C, C++, .NET, SQL Server, SSIS. Uh, Prior to my career break, I was working as a project manager. I have taken 8 years break due to reasons being relocation and motherhood. Now I'm ready to leave technical skills.
Sonali?
Tejaswini, are you also trying to say something?
Actually, I am writing down my points.
Okay, because
Can you please mute it?
yeah, because it is. Sorry, Sonali, I lost you a little. Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, I will repeat it.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I start now?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, this is Sonali. I have 9 years IT experience. I have done my MCM and CDAT, post which I joined IT. I have worked mainly on Microsoft technologies from C, C++ to .NET, SQL Server, SSIS. Prior to my career break, I was working as a project manager. I have taken 8 years career break, reasons being relocation and motherhood. Now I am ready to join IT, learn new technologies, and upgrade my technical skills to get back to work. Thank you.
Okay, it's 32, 33 seconds. All right. So you mentioned your qualification, which was okay. You spoke about the technologies in the IT industry. You may not need to say IT again. I think that IT was repeated. Maybe you don't need to, because the minute you speak about the technologies that you worked about, it is evident. Um you spoke about your career break, that, and you're giving reasons for your break, which is needed, but you could concise that. I think I took a break for motherhood, or I took a 8 year break because I moved cities, and I also had my kids and I was looking after them. So something around that, make it a little more concise. And I would like to restart now again in the IT field and work on the latest technologies. Now, did you do anything in these 8 years to upskill yourselves on the latest technologies? Do you know which technologies you
Yeah,
want to work on now?
yeah. Actually, I am doing some self studies on Java Node.js, but I don't know. Meaning,
Yeah.
I've not done any certificate or anything like that.
Yeah. So that has to come out, right? What technologies you worked on in the past is important. While you were on the break,
Okay.
and you are on the break, you are doing self studies on brushing up or on learning new skills, and which are those new skills you need to mention. Because when you talk about,
Okay.
I want to get back to this industry and work on the latest technologies, the question in everyone's mind is, but has she really worked, learned anything? Because 8 years is a lot of time, and technology has moved in
Yeah.
different
Right.
directions. So that is the
Yeah.
impression you have to leave
Right.
the person, that though I was away from work for 8 years, I have not stopped learning. So I have also learned these technologies which are new and current, and this is where I want to restart it. That has to come out in your pitch.
Okay.
Yeah. So you also please
Can
write
I ask
a
a question?
script. Yes. Tell me.
Yeah. Actually, should we mention it like self study? I mean, does it sound good,
No.
or is it like you should have some certification on?
No. That doesn't. At the time of the pitch, it doesn't matter. All you're trying to say is, I have upskilled myself on X, Y, Z. Like Geeta said, for the previous
On this.
person, it doesn't matter whether you did a weekend class, whether you did it online, whether you went to a classroom, you read from a book, or what.
Oh,
In the pitch, that is not important,
okay.
right? If the person is
Okay.
very interested to know how you upskilled, then further questions will come and you can say them. Okay, but you don't have to
Okay.
give all of that
Yeah.
information in the pitch. But it is important to leave the person with a sense that I have upskilled on these things, and hence I want to
Okay.
restart in this space.
Okay.
Yeah, so please
Done.
do the same
Thank
as
you.
Tejaswini is doing, writing the script, and I will expect you to kind of pitch again. Tejaswini, are you ready?
All right. Just before Tejaswini goes ahead, I have another question for Neerja, just because she spoke. There's so much of certification thing happening over here. What if a person has no certification, she's not upskilled herself during the break, and the only plus point is the experience and the qualification? So how will that affect the 30-second pitch?
It will not affect in any way. I mean, you are speaking what you have done, and you don't have to say, I didn't upskill. Okay, you don't have to say that. Say that this is my past experience, this is my break, and you have not necessarily done a course to upskill yourself. But if you see and remember from some of the videos of the past, there are people who are talking about having taken a break for motherhood, and hence I have now learned the qualities of patience, and etc. etc. So that's something that you bring. Also, if you look at the example of the CV that I presented, the lady said she took a 1 year sabbatical just to travel, not to upskill. But she is bringing the element. She is saying that she met people during the break, and from that she's realized that this is needed, and hence she wants to partner with this company to help soft skills development for women. So not, if you've not upskilled, then fine, but there has to be something that you believed you have developed as an individual during the break. Bring that strength out. If it's a skill, good. If it's a strength, good, but somewhere bring out what is it that you've learned over these years, and hence you want to implement that, or hence you believe this is the industry or this is the kind of a role you want to go for when you restart. Okay.
So that's not going to be anyway negative.
No, I don't think it should be a negative. I mean, unless the person, like for example, who is the person who just now spoke to us, Sonali, where she's saying that she wants to try new technologies. Then, if you're going to say, but I didn't upskill, then it will be negative, right?
Okay.
So, if you're going to be that specific about doing something totally different from the past and you've not done anything around learning yourself, then that is a negative. But if it is a continuation from what you've done in the past, and if you believe the industry stagnated and you can just pick it up from there, then it's okay.
All right.
Yeah. Abhija, please go ahead.
Yeah, can I start?
Yeah. And Geeta, please give feedback to Abhija.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Abhija. I have a degree in civil engineering and have work experience of 2.5 years in various fields of civil engineering. My last job was with Shobha Developers as a CRM executive, which involved a lot of interaction with the customers and the site team involving their internal apartment changes. I have a career break of about 11 years because of relocation and motherhood. Now, during the break of 11 years, I have done a PG diploma in environment and sustainable development and trying to restart in the same field. Thank you.
36 seconds.
Yeah.
It sounds good, Bija, actually. You
Okay.
can probably just tone it down a little, have the script refined a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, I'm not very clear about your field, so I think it sounds really good.
Yeah.
You've covered all these areas, like your experience, your qualification, you've reskilled, and you want to get into that, use
Yes.
that new skills that you've learned
Yes. Yes.
for your.
Okay. Just one point I will add is that try to build some connection between your past and this new job that you're looking for. So some of the traits, you were very good when you said that you
Okay.
the job, you needed to meet customers, you needed to meet site teams. So if you
Yeah.
want to in some way connect that
Hmm.
experience, saying that in the new role that I would like to take around environmental sustainability, I believe my experience
Yeah.
of customer interaction and team interactions will be useful. Then that kind of closes the loop.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So 36 seconds has to be brought to 30. Write a script and see what you can remove out of it and build a story. You will have it. We will expect your video after this
Sure.
webinar. Okay. Jamuna, you want to go next?
Hello.
We've got 12 more minutes. Jamuna, please go ahead. Jamuna, are you going for it? Tejaswini, are you ready?
Yeah, I will give my try.
Okay, Tejaswini, please go ahead.
Yeah, wireless and embedded. I have 2 years experience in embedded field. After I took career break to take care of my twins babies, now I want to restart my career in technical world as a verification engineer. So I started to regain knowledge about the system very well. Thank you.
It was very short, actually. It was very short.
It is very short.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 15 seconds. All right. So
Okay.
yeah,
I will try to
you've
put.
covered a lot of stuff. So you will just have to bring a little bit more from your previous one.
Actually, I wanted to add my about my previous experience also, but I thought it will be so many things to tell in
So
36
no
seconds.
problem.
So
So it was only 15 seconds, so you have another 15 seconds to go. So now what you have to do is add a little bit
add
more
more.
script, time it yourself, so you will know, whether it's going to 20 or it's going to 40, and you'll be able to bring it to a closure.
Yeah, but one thing like
Yes, not able to hear you.
hello.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, what can I add 15 more seconds? Like about technical skills, about
So this is what I told
career.
I told the audience last
Yeah. Mhm.
webinar. Where do you give more weight? So what you have to do is, the entire thing is 30 seconds. Whatever you want
Mhm.
to impress upon, that should take the maximum out of this 30 seconds. For example, If the previous experience is 20 years and you had a break of 1 year, then you probably want to highlight your past experience more. So give that, 15 seconds or 10 seconds out of 30. But if your previous experience was 2 years, you took a break of 5 years and you've done some courses and now you want to restart, then previous experience just has to be spoken as in passing. And you have to be more focused on how you upskilled itself or what were the things that you learned during the break and why do you want to restart in this particular field which is completely different to the past. So first figure out what is it that you want to focus more on in the 30 seconds because there are 5 attributes we've told you and that will take the most amount of time. Then break down your script to say, okay, fine, my introduction should be 5 seconds or 10 seconds and my break should be 5 seconds. What I want to do in future should take 15 seconds. And then write your script accordingly and practice it that way. Does it answer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
good. All right. Jamuna seems to be having some connectivity issues. Is there anybody else who wants to try? We've got 9 more minutes. I'm sure we can have at least 3 or 4 more pitches.
Well, Jamuna, if you're able to hear us, you can also use the phone to connect with us. So I'm just sending you the India toll-free number and the access code. So if you want to give it a try through that, that would be great.
Shikha?
Right. I have one more question
Yes.
for Neeraja. So if you want to start upskilling yourself in a particular field, so where to start and how to start? Many of us have this question. Like there are different fields, of course, but where do we actually look for? Like, is there a place where instead of the net or a counseling center, where exactly should we go?
So there's a lot of resources available today. To start with, you need to know something about yourself, okay? And then our webinars are a great place to start
Yes.
because there are so many. When I say our webinars, I'm talking about Jobs for Her webinars because they are making an attempt to bring it such diverse mentors on board and have diverse set of sessions, almost one every week, which you should attend. I believe all of us should attend all the webinars, regardless of what we've done in the past and what we want to do in the future, because you are not going to get this kind of a perspective at your fingertips. You're not going anywhere. You're sitting in your house, you're sitting in your pajamas. All you need to do is go to meeting and you're hearing somebody, and that kind of resources you're not going to get anywhere. So that's definitely a good idea. I think all of us should definitely attend as many webinars that come from Jobs for Her. The other thing that you can do, which I have recommended to many people, is people who've taken a very long break and may not have had too much of work experience in the past, they really don't know where to restart. So I tell them spend an hour on Jobs for Her website or such websites. Look at the job postings which come and narrow it down to, if you really want to do only work from home jobs, then look at all the kinds of work from home jobs that are posted. You get a feeler of what is it that is really sellable today. Okay, you can't really go and say I want a work from home job in something where you really need to go to the office. So this job portal is a good place. Look at the job descriptions, see what are the kinds of skills that people are looking for, asking for. For example, content writing is something which is really upcoming, so that is something that you will see a lot of jobs being featured, and that's something probably you can do from home. Then you look at, is there some courses I need to do for content writing, and that's the route you take.
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest.
Thanks, Neeraja.
Okay, Abhinashi, please try again.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Hi, I am Abhinashi. I have completed MTech in computer science. I have 2 years of experience as computer.
We're not able to hear you, Abhinashi.
Hello.
Yeah, we lost you. Do you want to
Hello.
restart? Yeah, please
Is
restart.
it okay? Okay. Hi. Hi, I am Abhinashi Behra. I have completed MTech in computer science. I have 2 years of experience as computer science faculty. I am very passionate about technology. I took a career break of 1 year for my marriage and relocation.
Lost you again.
Yeah, we again are not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah. So we heard you till, you took your career break for relocation. So you can continue from there.
Okay. Uh, uh, yeah. Can I try?
Okay, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. During my break, I have upskilled myself in software testing field.
There's some disturbance. I mean, is she finding it
And
difficult because it's stopping again and again? We'll try one last time.
oh,
If not, what I would
oh,
request you is do a video and send to us. And if we believe that it needs improvisation, we'll give you that feedback.
yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Are you going to try now? Okay. Anybody else who has been quiet? Shika, I don't know whether you did speak.
Shikha this side.
Yeah, you want to go now? Not able to hear
Yes.
you too well. Can you probably bring the speaker volume up?
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
So yes. Hi, I'm Shikha. I am a master's in business management and PG in consumer applications. I have a break of 1 year due to relocation issues. I have 17 years of IT experience in manual software testing and other quality processes. My key strengths are planning, estimation, time management, and team.
Okay, I don't know, Shika, if you're still talking. First of all, it was very low, but this is what I caught. You did say about your educational qualification. Did you say you have 17 years of experience? Did you say you had 17 years of experience?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
total 17 years of experience.
Yeah. So bring that before you talk about break. I think you said your educational qualification, then you spoke about your year-long break, and then you said you have 17 years of experience. So bring the experience before the break because that's the way, right? You first study and then you worked and then you took a break. Uh,
Yeah.
and I didn't get the part about what you want to do or what you did during the break and hence what you want to do.
I did moving from manual testing. I upskilled myself.
To automation testing. Okay, fine. So I think you've got all the elements out there, just that it has to be a continuous story. So please write that script and record it and send it to us because we're finding it very difficult to learn it online now. We've got 2 more minutes left. Is there
Yeah.
something that you want to wrap up, Gayatri?
So it's been a great session. Neera's given us a live feedback, and we want to, I would request each one of you to give your 30-second pitch and send it through the video. So we have the details here. Um, so you can either send your video to the WhatsApp number that we've displayed over here, or you can also email it to Priyanka at JobsForHer.
And also, what has happened since the last webinar is that a WhatsApp group has been created of all the registered participants for each of these webinars that's happening for the 30-second pitch. So don't be surprised if you get added to this group because this is where we are going to help you continue this coaching. Please go ahead, send your videos, and there are a lot of people like me, Priyanka, Geeta, Kushali, and all who are part of this group. And we'll go through these videos and we'll start giving you instant feedback so that you can incorporate and get the final video ready and send it out. So that's what is going to happen from our side after this webinar.
That's really great, isn't it? So you're getting a live feedback. You're going to build up your confidence as well. So it's really nice. So please don't hesitate. Get back to your idea of restarting your career. So don't hesitate. Go ahead. We're here to help you. It's been a great session. Thank you, Neeraja.
Thank you, and Geeta, thanks for bringing in your perspectives too.
Thank you, Geeta.
Thank
Hello.
you.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing the 30-second pitches from all of you soon.
Yeah, I have one question, ma'am.
Yes?
Yeah, actually, you said in 30 seconds speech we have to mention first about experience, education, and then career break. And before that, when we saw the CV, in that CV you mentioned first we have to write the career break.
No, 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 no.
So, what is the flow?
No, 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 no. Okay, so the CV
That
was
okay, that's
an
I
example.
confused.
Okay, the CV was an example. In a real
Okay,
CV, you will never have a statement saying career break. You will not have it. Okay, it is self-explanatory
okay,
because you are only talking about all your experiences till the time you took the break. And if you have actually
okay,
restarted after the break, you will have the next set of experiences coming. So the minute the recruiter looks at the CV, he or she will know that okay, 2015 this person ended, and then 2017 we started. So maybe there was a break of 2 years. So you don't have to explicitly state in your CV break. I just put it there because I wanted you people to understand that this lady took a break after all these experiences and then related to the one pager that she sent.
Okay, okay. So no need to write one line at all, like
No,
for
you have to
career
say
career
my
switch.
break period, not at all. In your CV, not required. Based on the
Okay,
from and to dates that you give for each of your experiences, it will be understandable.
okay, okay.
All right, okay.
Okay, already I
Run
updated
out
with
of
career
time.
break, so it's good to remove that all. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you all. So we'll be connected. All of you who have registered will get into the WhatsApp group after this webinar, so we can still continue talking over WhatsApp.